Hello, Laura from McNeely Garden Studios, coming to you Tuesday at 10. And this is a rare occurrence. Been working out, and I decided to just come on all natural. But I have something kind of fun and interesting to show you today. And it's all about making something out of nothing sometimes. What is this? So I was making some backgrounds for a workshop that I had recently. And you remember whiskers and watercolors. And this one I didn't particularly like. Sometimes that happens. And I decided there was kind of a puddle right here, and I didn't want there to be a bloom, so I touched it with a cloth a little too late in the drying process. And it just kind of pulled it off. I mean, that's the thing about watercolor. You have to, it's like anything, you have to treat it with regards to its nature. And so that kind of happened. And you can do all kinds of things to cover that or incorporate it in your art or whatever, but I wasn't really sure what to do until, honestly, this morning. I had a different plan, but this morning I thought, I know what I'm going to do with that one piece, and I wanted to show it to you today. So I'm gonna lift you up and turn you down so you can see my table. All right, so hold on. I'm gonna go up here. There we go. So I thought we have all kinds of storm fronts coming through, and I just decided that it's kind of gloomy and I have some other things to do, and I thought, well, I'm going to see if I can't salvage this and let you guys in on it, right? Let you guys see. So I am taking it, I think, let's see, can you see better that way? I'm going to go ahead and take the tape off of this piece because I want these crisp white edges to show, because I have an idea. I love fancy white edges, but I also like to add things beyond the scope of the background. So like into the edge over here, because I think it adds a little air of mystery. And so when I was looking at this, does this remind you of anything? Does it look like anything to you? Like I said, it's kind of gloomy and inclement out today, and I was just thinking about weather and how beautiful sometimes weather is. Even bad weather can be really beautiful. But this was kind of reminding me of Northern Lights, and I just thought I would add a few elements to it and see what we came up with, right? So one of the ideas that I had was, what if I put a ridge top, put some mountains or something on it. In my membership, Art and Answers, we are learning to layer watercolor and see how the colors mix. We're also discovering some things about ourselves, because that's the nature of the membership. But we did some mountains, and I'm going to do something like that on here. But I also thought, what if we put the silhouette of an animal, on there? And I decided to just print off some, just to have the shape. And I decided on this one. Although an elk, a moose, a bear, they would all work in this situation. And I decided that I was going to do it mixed media, so I'm going to end up adding that. So I ended up cutting it out. The bear would have been really good too, though. But we're going to go with first impressions, right? And what's so wonderful about mixed media is you can incorporate your meditation into it. You can incorporate being able to just having some private time to yourself. And so I was looking into this wolf, and I thought, I know Native Americans use a lot of wolf imagery in their art and and whatever. And so I decided that I would look into that. And wolves, seeing a wolf, a real wolf or one in your visions, is a good omen, according to them. And so I decided to write some of the characteristics on the back of my wolf, so that it will end up being incorporated into my artwork. And I was trying to decide, tell me, do you think we should do it portrait or landscape? I hardly ever do anything landscape. I was thinking that way. So you guys tell me, what do you think? Good morning. I don't see who you are yet, but so anyway, so the characteristics of a wolf, and if you think about this, it really is almost very obvious, but obviously it's strength, because they travel in packs. They care for each other. Their society is very human-like. They take care of the young. They work in teams. They symbolize freedom and loyalty, because you rarely have a lone wolf. They don't usually live very long when they're just alone. So loyalty, courage, independence, and a spiritual depth, which I thought was interesting. So I thought maybe, I have some metallic pens. I thought maybe we'd put some celestial bodies in there. But I'm going to, got my shell, my favorite shell. I'm going to add some color here. I do have a like 1-inch flat. Let me see. And I'm going to use my trusty blues here. I really am liking this color. It's just got a depth to it I just really love. All right, so I'm thinking we're going to put this wolf here and maybe off to the side a little bit. Got a piece of hair stuck there. So I am trying to kind of plan it a little bit. So we're going to start with some, with a butte, right? And when you do mountains, you kind of, I don't know where these hairs are kind of, this one's from my brush. The other one was from my head, I think. There we go. So we're going to go ahead and paint this all the way down. And the thing about it is you really need to let each layer dry. But see, this is why I wanted to do this without the tape, because I wanted them to come off of the page. And this is wet on dry. I'm just putting this right on the dry page. Okay, so we have one layer of mountains here, and you can still see it through. You can still see, what I was calling the northern lights there through the mountains, which I kind of like. I mean, doesn't it look pretty? So the thing about it there is we have to let this dry. And the nice thing about cannot get that off. Nice thing about mountains is it's really better if you don't have a whole lot, because they dry better. So I'm going to try something. I'm going to mute you, and then I'm going to dry this off so you don't have to hear all that. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Let's see if it'll work. How about that, guys? That was pretty good, huh? I've never done that before. Every day you should learn something. You should try to learn something every day, no matter what. Okay, so I've got this mountain range dry. Now I'm going to go through and do another one. I'm going to do it with the same color. You don't have to. You see, that's a little wet right there, so it's going to bleed, but that's okay. And I'm just going to come through and paint this all the way down. And you see how the color's just getting richer and deeper. I have to kind of leave a place for our wolf to be. I don't want it to be so dark we can't see him. Do you have wolves where you live? Tell me. We have coyotes or coyotes. I don't really know if there's a proper way to say that. I know my husband has an acquaintance that hunts coyotes, and he talks about going yote hunting, which I was not familiar with. But I mean, they are predators, but they have a place in this earth as well. So I have mixed emotions about things like that. There we go. All right. So I'm really liking the way this is turning out, and I'm really liking the feel of what's happening. And I think I may add, I've been thinking about adding some words. Like I said, seeing a wolf in nature is a good omen. It symbolizes protection and guidance and heightened intuition, which I thought was interesting. So I'm thinking about adding some of those words, but I'll add them a little bit later. And so what if I'm thinking he might go like right in there, but I'm still gonna add some more. All right, I'm gonna dry it off again. Okay, I'm back. Trying to save your ears from all that sound. All right. This time I think I'm going to put like a lighter color. I'm going to use this turquoise to put a third mountain range here. And boy, I got a lot of water in that. I don't know that I really wanted that quite that much. Okay. And so we're going to go across here. Bring it all the way down. I don't know that that really made a lot of sense that I covered that right there, but that's what I did. So we're just going to go with it. Now, what do you think? This is kind of at, I don't know, is it nighttime because of the northern lights in the sky? Is it dusk? Is it sunrise? Would there be light if I put flowers down here in the foreground? Does that make sense? I kind of wanting to do that. Oh no. And I'm kind of looking at this to make some lights like that. That would be interesting. So tell me what you're thinking. This was going to be something that you and I were going to create together. I'm not seeing anybody's comments. Let me see if I can swipe one way or the other. Oh, there's my friend Jamie. She's there. Hey, Terry. Good. Okay, now I can see. Please don't do it landscape. Oh, well, good. Now that I can see it. Lori has coyotes at her place. We do have some wolves, and I have heard them. Now, let me let you hear this. Beautiful, huh? Kind of creepy and scary. Oh my gosh. Okay, so so I'm thinking right here, and I'm thinking maybe I'm gonna add some of this, and let's see what happens. I'm having a feeling that this is going to be something I have to finish as the day goes by. You know, let a little bit of it happen. Sometimes you have to live with things. All right. So I was going to maybe go like this. Let's see. They have been teasing us with, oh, you might get to see the northern lights down here in Georgia. But we're not quite, where I am, we're not quite far enough north. So I'm just taking this and letting it go up. I don't have quite enough paint here. I think seeing northern lights would definitely be a highlight for me. Oh, here we go. Yes, I know, I'm using both hands. Everybody thinks that's odd. What do you think, you guys? You think it's coming out good? I kind of like it. There we go. So maybe we need another one. Another pink one. put maybe, I have another neon. I have green and yellow. Tell me which one you think I should do next. Which one would be appropriate? Since I'm a Florida girl and I've never done much of this, I don't know. You guys will have to help me. Let's see. We have coyotes, foxes, occasionally gray wolf, and we spotted. Oh, how interesting. I bet you see them when you're on your walk, don't you, Terry? Good and a little scary, maybe? The thing about foxes, and they pretty much just try to stay out of your way, I think. There we go. Okay, so what do you think? Green or yellow? And this is just neon acrylic. I think it could be a little bit sharper, but I'm afraid that the yellow might be a little too translucent, but we could try. Sort of afraid of the green. This also is just Master's Touch. Oh yeah, it turned out good, and that bright color. Now, when you see northern lights like this, is it darker? Is it dark enough to see stars? Because I did get out my metallic pens, gold and silver, and I thought, ooh, I could put a few of those in there. That would be good. Okay, I'm liking this. I'm liking it a lot. So I cut this out. This is just regular copy paper. I cut it out, and then I took the black Sharpie and I kind of colored the edges a little bit, because where the scissors cut it, it made it white. So I'm gonna just use my uni stick, which I had to order some this time. I love it, love it, love it. This is a really big one. I've never seen one this big. I had no idea that they even came this large. So we're gonna really stick down all these little, the jaws, the feet, everything. And I love the fact that the idea is incorporated in his body there. I think that's straight. I definitely think that I can add some other things, but I'm gonna let this dry and see what it requires, see what happens. I need to give him a little place to stand right down here. I do like the lights. I like how that turned out. And I love being able to see the color through the mountains even still. So, but see, that's a good way to try to salvage something that I really hated. It was really destined for maybe the bin, but but I don't throw much anything away. I use something. But that little oopsie was right in here, and now you can't see it at all. But I'll keep working on it, and I'll post a finished photo of it later. And we'll let you listen to the wolves one more time. I don't know if I could handle that, if I could hear it in the distance. That would be so scary. Okay, you guys. Thanks for coming by. We'll see you soon. Bye.